Why would an elderly grandmother need 10,000 different types of seeds? That's exactly what Oliver wondered when he stumbled upon his grandmother Eleanor's incredible secret collection. What he discovered wasn't just a hobby. It was a 50-year mission to preserve the genetic diversity of plants from around the world, and some of these seeds were more valuable than gold. But the true power of this seed collection hadn't even been revealed yet. On that cold November Saturday morning, 8-year-old Oliver Chun was looking for Christmas decorations in his grandmother Eleanor's house. Since his mother Linda was at work, Oliver was spending the day with his grandmother. "Grandma Eleanor, where are the Christmas decorations?" asked Oliver, looking at the boxes in the living room. "In the basement, sweetheart. But be careful on the stairs," said Eleanor, preparing tea in the kitchen. As Oliver went down to the basement, he listened to the creaking of the stairs. He was always a little scared in the basement, but he had to be brave for the Christmas decorations. When he turned on the light bulb, the sight surprised him. The basement wasn't just full of old belongings. There were metal shelves lined against the walls, and on these shelves were thousands of small envelopes and packages. Approaching curiously, he saw handwritten labels on the envelopes. Tomato, San Marzano, Italy 1995, corn, Blue Hopi, Arizona 1998, bean, Cherokee purple, Georgia 2001. Oliver picked up an envelope. Inside were small, brown seeds. "That's so many seeds," he murmured. But what was really surprising was how carefully these seeds were organized. Each was labeled, dated, and stored in special boxes. Oliver continued exploring deeper. Some envelopes had these notes. "Last specimens stored carefully, extinct, 2019, from Maya tribe, very rare." In a notebook were numbers and calculations. Turning the pages, he saw total species count, 9,847, species at risk, 2,341, extinct ones, 127. Oliver was confused. Wasn't his grandmother just a gardener? What did these numbers mean? In a corner, he found an old photograph. In the photo, young Eleanor was standing in a greenhouse full of tropical plants, holding a seed packet. On the back it said, "Eleanor, World Seed Bank, 1973. "World Seed Bank," murmured Oliver. At that moment, Eleanor's voice came from upstairs. "Oliver, what are you doing down there?" Oliver quickly put the notebook back. But now he knew there were things about his grandmother he had never known. When Oliver came upstairs, he saw Eleanor's worried face. "Did you find the decorations, sweetheart?" "Grandma, there are a lot of seeds in the basement." "What are they?" Eleanor's expression changed. She took a deep breath and sat Oliver down on the couch. "Oliver, you were supposed to see those seeds. But maybe you're still too young to understand." "Why? Aren't they just seeds?" Eleanor smiled, but there was sadness in her eyes. "No, sweetheart. They're not just seeds. They are the future." Oliver looked at his grandmother with confusion. "I'm a botanist, Oliver. Or I was. For 50 years I traveled around the world and collected seeds of plant species that were disappearing." "Why?" "Because plants are going extinct, Oliver. Climate change, urbanization, agriculture. We lose a new species every day. And once they're lost, they're gone forever." Oliver thought. "So you're saving them?" "Yes. Thanks to these seeds, these plants can be grown again. Maybe not now, but in the future." Eleanor took Oliver's hands. "These seeds are my life's work. And now I'm getting old. Someone needs to take care of them." That night, Oliver lay in his bed with his head full. His grandmother wasn't just someone who grew flowers. She was a scientist who protected the world's plant species. The next morning, he got up early and found Eleanor in the kitchen. "Grandma, will you show me the seeds? I want to learn about all of them." Eleanor's face lit up. "Really? It's a very long story. I have time." Eleanor took Oliver to the basement. This time she explained everything. "Here, in Section A, we have grains. These corn seeds come from Native Americans. You can't find these varieties in supermarkets anymore." Oliver examined an envelope. "Why is this important?" "Because these corns are resistant to diseases. If the climate changes in the future, these seeds can save people from starvation." They moved to the next shelf. Here we have vegetables. This tomato variety only grew in one village in Italy. When the village was abandoned, I took the last seeds. So now only you have them in the world? Yes. And if I lose them, that variety will be gone forever. Oliver's eyes widened. What a great responsibility this was. Eleanor took Oliver deeper. In a special section were very rare seeds. These are endangered species. These orchid seeds come from Ecuador. After the forest was cut down, only 3 plants remained. And you saved them? Yes. In 1989. I've been protecting these seeds ever since. Oliver looked at other envelopes. Grandma, how much are all of these worth? Eleanor laughed. Oliver, these have no monetary value. Because they can't be converted to money. They are unique. They don't exist anywhere else in the world. Then why doesn't anyone know? Some people know. Other botanists, universities. But often it's safer to work quietly. Why? Eleanor paused. Because Oliver, sometimes people might want to use these seeds for wrong purposes. To make money. But these seeds are the heritage of all humanity. Oliver thought. His grandmother was a real hero, but nobody knew. Grandma, can I help you? Eleanor's eyes filled with tears. If you want, I can teach you everything. From that day on, Oliver spent every weekend with Eleanor. The first thing he learned was seed storage techniques. Seeds must be protected from moisture, said Eleanor, and stored cold. These small packets are special. They can breathe, but don't let humidity through. Oliver carefully learned how to make seed packets. At first he failed, but Eleanor was patient. It doesn't have to be perfect, Oliver. What matters is protecting the seed. Grandma, where did you find all these seeds? From everywhere. Amazon rainforests, Himalayan mountains, African deserts. I traveled for 50 years. Eleanor showed her old photographs. Pictures of her younger self, taken in distant countries with various botanists. This photo is from Peru. This potato variety only grows there. At 4,000 meters altitude. Did you climb there? Yes. It was very hard, but this potato variety is frost-resistant. If the climate changes in the future, we can grow it in cold regions. Oliver listened to every story with fascination. A month later, Eleanor gave Oliver his first seed planting experience. Today we're going to plant these bean seeds. The Cherokee tribe grew this variety for hundreds of years. Can we still plant them? Of course. I've been preserving these seeds for 15 years. They're still alive. They dug small holes in the garden. Oliver carefully placed the seeds. Grandma, what if they don't grow? Then we'll try again. Science is a matter of patience. 2 weeks later, when the first sprouts appeared, Oliver got very excited. They came up. They really came up. Eleanor smiled. There you go, Oliver. You've revived an endangered species. Really? Yes. This bean variety is rarely grown anymore. But these plants you planted will produce seeds. And with those seeds, we can plant more. Oliver was proud. He was really helping to save the world. One evening when Oliver came home, he told his parents Linda and David about the situation. Mom, Grandma Eleanor has 10,000 species of seeds. Linda was surprised. What? What seeds? Endangered plants. She's a botanist. And she's teaching me everything. David smiled. Oliver, your grandma just has a garden. Maybe you're exaggerating a little. No. Really. Come see. The next day the family visited Eleanor. Eleanor hesitated at first, but then took them to the basement. Linda and David couldn't believe what they saw. Mom, this is incredible, said Linda. Are you really a scientist? Eleanor smiled humbly. A retired botanist. But why did you never mention it? Because most people don't understand. And these seeds must be safe. David examined the shelves. How? How is this possible? There are thousands of species here. I dedicated my life to this, said Eleanor. But now I'm getting old. I want to pass it on to Oliver. Weeks later, Oliver developed an idea. Grandma, can we share these seeds with other people? What do you mean? We can send them to schools. Children can plant them too. They can learn. Eleanor thought. That's an interesting idea. But we need to be very careful. Why? Because these seeds are very valuable. They shouldn't fall into the wrong hands. Oliver talked to his teacher, Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson loved the idea. Oliver, this is wonderful. We can plant seeds in science class. Eleanor met with Miss Johnson. She explained the situation to her. These seeds are really rare, said Eleanor. But we can use them for educational purposes. It's very honoring, said Miss Johnson. The children will learn a lot. Eleanor came to Oliver's class. She brought a box of seeds with her. Hello, children. I'm Eleanor, Oliver's grandmother and a botanist. The children looked curiously. I brought you very special seeds. These seeds come from different parts of the world, and some are very rare. Oliver smiled proudly. These bean seeds are 500 years old. They were grown by the Aztecs. These corn seeds are from Native Americans. A child asked, "Why do you collect such old seeds?" Because these seeds are the food of future generations. If the climate changes, these seeds can save us. Eleanor gave each child a different seed. Plant these, take care of them, and grow them. Then collect the new seeds. The children were very excited. Everyone had a little hope in their hands. As months passed, the garden in the classroom grew. Children checked, watered, and cared for their plants every day. Oliver's bean was the best growing one. "Grandma, my plants are so beautiful." "Because you care for them with love," said Eleanor. But one day Oliver noticed something sad. Eleanor looked tired, sometimes forgetful. "Grandma, are you okay?" "I'm getting old, sweetheart. That's why I'm in a hurry to teach you everything." Oliver got scared. "Are you going to leave me?" "No, Oliver. Even if I go, the seeds will remain, and you will take care of them." That night Oliver thought. His grandmother was right. These seeds were not just hers, but the world's responsibility. One Saturday morning, Eleanor called Oliver to a special ceremony. "Oliver, today I officially declare you the guardian of the seed library." "What does that mean?" "It means the responsibility for these seeds is now yours. You will protect them, share them, and pass them on to future generations." Eleanor gave Oliver a special key. "This is the key to the seed library. Now it's yours." When Oliver received the key, he felt his hands trembling. What a great responsibility this was. "Grandma, what if I can't succeed?" "You will succeed, because you do this work with love, and love is the strongest power." Eleanor also gave him a notebook. "This is the record of all seeds. Each one's story, where it came from, how to store it is written. This is so important." "Yes, and now you will continue this story." Oliver was now officially a seed guardian, but he still had much to learn. One day Eleanor showed him a very special section. "Oliver, this section has very old seeds. Some are 1,000 years old. 1,000 years old. Do they still germinate?" "Some do. Seeds like corn and wheat are very durable." Eleanor took out very small seeds from a glass jar. These seeds come from Egypt. They were found in pyramid excavations. Oliver's eyes widened. "From the pharaoh's time?" "Yes. And if you want, we can plant them." "Really? 3,000-year-old seeds. Why not? Maybe they'll grow." That day they planted the ancient seeds. Oliver was very excited. What if they really sprouted? 2 weeks later, a miracle happened. A small green sprout emerged from the soil. "Grandma, it sprouted." The 3,000-year-old seed sprouted. Eleanor laughed with tears in her eyes. "There you go, Oliver. You made history." Oliver's school project grew. Now other classes were participating too. Even other schools were showing interest. Miss Johnson called local newspapers. People should hear this story. A journalist interviewed Eleanor. "Mrs. Eleanor, why did you collect these seeds for 50 years? "Because future generations have the right to food, and these seeds are their insurance." "What will you do now?" "My grandson Oliver will take over. He's a very talented and responsible child." When the newspaper story came out, it received great interest. People wanted to visit Eleanor. But Eleanor was careful. "Not everyone has good intentions," she told Oliver. "We need to protect these seeds." Botanists from universities who saw the news called Eleanor. "Mrs. Eleanor, your collection is incredible. Would you collaborate with us?" Eleanor hosted them at her home. Dr. Martinez was a botany professor. "This collection is museum quality," he said. "We had lost some of these species too." "We can collaborate," said Eleanor. "But the seeds must stay safe." "Of course. We carry the same mission." He turned to Oliver. "Oliver, you can also come to university and learn." Oliver got excited. "Really?" "Yes. You're one of the next generation botanists." Eleanor discussed future plans with Oliver. "Oliver, after I die, these seeds will be your responsibility." "Grandma, don't talk like that. This is the reality of life, sweetheart. But it's nothing to fear, because you're ready." Eleanor showed him a special plan. This is the future plan of the seed library. Bigger space, more species, more collaboration. How will we do this? As you grow up, you'll have helpers, other botanists, universities, government. So this work will continue forever. Because protecting plants is a job that will never end. Oliver's responsibility was great, but he was ready. A year later, Oliver's Cherokee bean produced abundant crops. They obtained hundreds of new seeds. Grandma, what will we do with these seeds? We'll share them. We'll give them to other children, send them to other schools. Oliver felt proud while preparing the packages. These seeds were the ones he had grown. Eleanor gave him a special label, Oliver's Seed Library, 2024. Now you have your own brand too, said Eleanor, smiling. Really? Yes. You're now an official seed guardian. That day, Oliver sent seeds to 20 schools in different cities across America. Each package had a note he wrote himself. Grow with love. Dr. Martinez invited Oliver to the university. Eleanor came along too. Oliver, this is our seed laboratory, said Dr. Martinez. Oliver saw large laboratories, special freezers, thousands of seed samples. Wow, this place is huge. Yes, and when you grow up, you can work here. Eleanor watched proudly. Her grandson was really suited for this work. Dr. Martinez, can you give Oliver a scholarship? Of course. He's very talented and passionate. Oliver spent a day at the university. He examined seeds under a microscope, learned growing techniques. Grandma, this is so wonderful. I'm going to be a botanist too. You already are, said Eleanor. You're just young. Today Oliver is 15 years old. Eleanor is 85 and still active. The seed library is now officially recognized and supported. Oliver goes to high school, but works with his grandmother every weekend. They now have 15,000 different species of seeds. Grandma, will this work never end? No, Oliver. Because nature is constantly changing. We need to adapt too. Oliver now does his own research projects. He tries to grow plant species resistant to climate change. Maybe in the future these seeds will save the world, he says. They're already saving it, says Eleanor. Every seed we protect is a bridge to the future. Oliver is now preparing for university. He wants to study botany. Eleanor's legacy is in safe hands. Grandma, thank you. You taught me the most valuable thing. What did I teach you? Responsibility. And to hope for the future. Eleanor hugged Oliver. You are my greatest achievement. More important than even the seed library. This story teaches us this. Sometimes the greatest legacies are left by the quietest people. Eleanor's 50 years of work didn't just preserve seeds. It also raised the next generation of guardians. And Oliver's discovery shows that curiosity is the most powerful learning tool. Because in the end, every seed is a hope. And hope is the strongest seed.